Hello everyone, this is DDC, raping your face in sheer excellence. Oh dear god, I have tried, I have fucking tried. I really did not want to make any type of video of Justin Bieber, rant or otherwise. But this just pissed me off, it really pissed me off. As you may already know right now, this isn't really much of a rant so much as it is a first impressions because, you read the title, and because I'm going on with ums and ooms and stuff like that, meaning that this thing wasn't scripted or written at all. I'm just going off rambling to myself on the microphone. So, why didn't I make a rant on him, and why did I try to avoid making a rant on him? Well, simply because of this. There are already a billion fucking rants of him all over YouTube. It would be basically like writing a message in a bottle and just throwing it into space and hoping that something would find it. And seeing how space is already fucking big as it is, the chances of your message being found is pretty damn slim. So, basically, me making a rant on Justin Bieber would be fucking pointless. But if you want the short version of what I think about his music, it's unoriginal trite that has already been done before and better. He has done nothing new, done nothing original, done nothing that will get him remembered in 5 or so years. He is just a trend star. Someone who's just only going to be successful for the now, but is not going to be any relevant in the future. There. You asked for it, there. I gave you my short little rant. So, with that being said, yeah, Justin Bieber biopic movie. What? Yeah, I know, there's a Justin Bieber biopic movie. Why is that so? I mean, how does this make any sort of sense at all? I mean, think about this. For those of you who have no idea, yes, he's having a biopic movie. For those of you who have no idea about what a biopic movie is, it is essentially a biography put into movie form. Basically, a movie that's based on a famous person or some other person's life. Yeah. Let's see. Ray, which was the movie based on the life of Ray Charles. Walk the Line, which was based off the life of Johnny Cash. Walk Hard, which was based on the life of Dewey Cox. Oh, no, wait, never mind, that was fake. But still, you get the point. A biopic doesn't even have to be about a famous person. It could be about some random nobody, but still had a very interesting life story. Like, maybe a teacher or a philosopher, or something like that. Anything, as long as it's based on a true life story and it's interesting. Now, true life story and interesting. Now, let's try and project that into how it is relevant to Justin Bieber. Let's see, Justin Bieber is only 16 or so years old, so he doesn't really have that much of a life. His life is still pretty much in development, so that fucks up the whole life story thing. And then, interestingness, if that's even a word. No. What makes his life story interesting? Okay, so he was discovered on YouTube. But a lot of people are discovered on YouTube now. Nostalgia Critic, Yahtzee Croshaw, Angry Video Game Nerd. All these people are pretty damn famous from YouTube. Not exactly in the A-list type of way like with Tom Cruise, but they still get some good money off of being on the internet because they started out on YouTube and they became very widely known enough to get some good money. So, it's nothing that's terribly original. But you know what? Even then, there could be some other things about his life that could be interesting, right? Wrong. From what I've seen here, Justin Bieber's life is basically a cookie cutter life. A cookie cutter life of, the underdog celebrity story. Like, suburban white trash kid just gets picked up by some dudes, they make him famous, and no, hold on. I do not sense any plot out of this. It's basically just him being all successful. How are you going to create conflict? Pretty much every single movie has structure, conflict, something that would just like have to go and make it more interesting pretty much. This is not going to work for his life. I mean, it just... For one thing, he doesn't even have much of a life to begin with, as I already said. But, I mean, what's the big fucking deal? He's the same as every other damn celebrity. Every single insipid celebrity. He's the same thing. There's nothing that makes him a unique and special little snowflake. He is the all-singing, all-dancing crap of the world. I like to make Fight Club references. Yada yada yada. Okay. And another thing, Justin Bieber isn't much of a character, because characters should kind of have flaws. If a character doesn't have any character flaws, then that makes it a Mary Sue. An example of a Mary Sue would be Bella from Twilight, or Hermione from Harry Potter. People who are so bland in how fucking perfect little snowflake they are. There is basically nothing interesting or unique about them. And Justin Bieber basically fits into that stereotype, except the thing is, he isn't so much of a Mary Sue since he's not female, and he would basically be a Gary Stu. But then again, it wouldn't matter because he already looks like a girl in the first place. Okay, so I'm going to go and compare this to, say, a real biopic movie. One off the top of my head. Oh yes, for French class, I watched a movie called La Vie en Rose, which is French for The Life of the Rose, which is the name of a song which was made by a singer in the 40s, 50s, 60s, something like that, a singer named Edith Piaf. I think that's how you say her name, I have no idea. But this was a person who was basically a real-life character who had real depth, real emotion, who went through some things in her life, things that were actually interesting, things that people have never even, gone through in their lives. It was a true underdog story. She actually had flaws. Basically, what happens is that when she was a kid, she basically had no parents. She was pretty much an orphan. She ended up having to sing for clubs. She even worked for the circus when she was a child. Seriously, she was a circus performer when she was just a little girl. And then when she grows up and finally she becomes famous, she kind of has a falling from grace because she becomes addicted to alcohol, drugs, shit of that nature. Yeah, she's not the perfect person, but the thing is, nobody's perfect. And I hate it when people are always trying to make these characters seem perfect because there's no such thing as a perfect person. It just strays way too far away from reality in order for it to be effective, for anyone to actually relate to them. The only people that a Mary Sue character would relate to are people who are delusional and think that they are perfect little snowflakes, when really they're basically the worst type of person, and I'd actually probably meet them in hell. So, yeah, Edith Piaf was someone who was human. Someone who had human needs, human flaws, someone who actually had an interesting life. Justin Bieber has none of that at all. Now I'm going to compare it to something else. The Jonas Brothers 3D concert experience. Oh my god, I am so going to hell for this. Basically, you know how everyone was pissed off about the Jonas Brothers getting their own 3D concert movie, but put into retrospect and in comparison to the Justin Bieber biopic or whatever, it actually makes sense. I mean, people have already done musical 3D concert movies before. Let's see, there was one with Rolling Stones, I think? I'm not sure. Let's see. What other concert movies were there? see, Shine a Light, or was that the Rolling Stones one? I don't know. Oh yeah, A Hard Day's Night, the Beatles. Yeah, that one is pretty much the definitive rock and roll documentary type of thing. So yeah, and the Jonas Brothers, although it's kind of sickening to know that someone actually made a 3D concert movie of it, it still made some kind of sense. Like maybe 1% like type of sense, but it still made some kind of sense. And if Justin Bieber were to make a 3D concert movie, sure, I would probably be pissed at it, but it would at least make some type of sense. So basically, Justin Bieber is what it took to make me respect the Jonas Brothers. That is how low we have gotten, people. Justin Bieber is what it has taken for me to lower my standards. He is the epitome of what I hate about music today. No talent, no originality, does nothing new, does nothing unique, but so pretentious in the fact that they think that they are special, unique little snowflakes, when really they're nothing that has ever done anything revolutionizing in their fucking life. So, what do I think that this movie will consist of? My powers of clairvoyance believe that the Justin Bieber biopic will consist of nothing except him going on Twitter or Facebook or gay shit like that, and also going to concerts with a bunch of screaming preteen fangirls who don't know a damn about what good music is. Oh god, I'm thirsty. Fuck. Yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. Wow, I'm sure glad that YouTube added the 15-minute feature, otherwise I would have to, like, make 2 parts or something. Thank you, YouTube, you actually made a useful method. That was rare. So, yeah, avoid this, and I'll see you next time. I am DDC, raping your face in sheer excellence, signing out.